Hey guys! So I'm testing out something new and streaming our gameplay of Pathfinder's Reign of Winter. I'll be also streaming our group gameplay of Rise of the Rune Lords. These are both Paizo published adventure paths. This one I am running myself, while the other one is run by my husband. That will come in the next couple of weeks. But I want to test out and see how my streaming from my computer works and everything. So I decided that I would stream my game today that I run. The party has made it through most of the adventure path of Reign of Winter, having found a wintry portal in Taldor where it was supposed to be summer. They ventured through the portal, finding themselves in the country known as Irison. They made a friend along the way, Nadia. They took down the Pale Tower, made their way to White Throne, where they took down the witch Nazina and wrested the dancing hut from Elvana's grasp. They then took the dancing hut to another continent where they found themselves in a wilderness in for the life of me I can't think of the name of the country, but they went through a large dungeon known as Atrosa that was created by Baba Yaga from the first time that she set foot on Galarian. They made their way past most of the monsters via diplomacy of Ansem, who likes to talk his way out of things. Once they got the tokens that they needed to take the hut to the next location, they did so, placing the gold nugget and the blue dragon scale into the cauldron in the hut, and was taken to a new planet known as Triaxis. Ansem, being the scholarly one with the connection to the Akashic record, was able to find out information on the planet, learn their language in a night, and make communication with them. They helped Dragonkin and Triaxians that were trying to hold back a siege. They were successful in keeping those sieges back and making a counter-strike and taking out the general, whereas they eventually made their way to the seat of power, to the Dragon Lord Urex, of who was planning on pushing his way through the mountain pass to take over more land and kingdom for himself. He had amassed quite a barbarian army that were really just following him out of fear because he's a very old white dragon. They stealthily made their way through the city to the palace, where Ansem talked his way through, as he does, was led into the chamber to await Urax's audience, on which point Urax came out, began speaking to him as he stated that he was an emissary come to make a treaty on the war, and got right in the dragon's face and feeble-minded him. Luckily, he did not critically fail on this as we were playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition. And so he was frightened and continued to be frightened by Ansem, while Nadia and Faye, the two companions that work with him, took quite the made quite a bit of damage in a few turns. He was unable to use his breath weapon because he couldn't get anybody in his line of fire except for one person. So he did not get to do much, and they slayed him quickly. After that, they made their way into the vault, cleaned out his entire vault, including a large chunk of adamantine, went back to Spurhorn, where they were based at for the time being, had adamantine weapons created and enchanted for them, and their next step was to find out where the hut would take them next. They, along the way, made friends and partners with 3 dragonkin, Shatha, Nevra, and Talsoon, who chose them as their riders. My phone's out, I know. Who was that? Okay. In case, so now they have 3 dragonkin, and in the meantime of all of this, Ansem, Faye, and Nadia have begun to have a relationship with each other. They are very loving to each other, and it's a great thing. But there's not much to say about that. They go back to the hut, place the keys, in which one of them is a live bird, into the cauldron, and it takes off to the next location. This time to planet Earth in the year 1918. It is currently the Russian Revolution and World War I. This would be taking place shortly after the family of Nicholas the Second, I believe. Am I right? Mm-hmm. Nicholas the Second? Yes. And his family, the Romanov family, were murdered. And they find themselves faced with troops, human Russian troops, and tanks, and Ansem has a field day. He disintegrates one part of a tank known as the Tsar tank, causing it to fall over on its side. He takes out an entire platoon of troops, leaving one alive, who he has to scare, because, mind you, Ansem is a red tiefling with purple eyes, and this person thinks that he's the devil. He scares the bejesus out of him, but asks which way to Rasputin, as Rasputin turns out to be the long-lost son of Baba Yaga, and whom he and his half-sister Alana have trapped her in some sort of container, and he's using her to fuel some arcane and mechanical creation. the guy tells them the direction to go, and they head off in that direction. They come to the prison camp of Aksuvia, something like that. I can't pronounce names. What is names? Accusia, something like that.
The
prison camp. Akuvskaya. I have been corrected. Thank you. As I cannot pronounce names. What are they? But they disguise themselves as Russian soldiers, make their way into the camp, avoid many encounters, deal with quietly the encounters that they couldn't avoid, and get everything that they need to do to turn off what are known as the world anchors, what are holding up this thrice 10th kingdom that Rasputin is trying to take over from his mother. They recalibrate them and bring his sanctuary back to Earth and make their way in momentarily. What? I have to get my phone turned back on. Okay. Apologies for that. But, so, they make their way into the church, the temple. Not temple. Yeah, church is a good word for it. And begin dealing with the inhabitants that sit before them before Rasputin. They face a daemon whom gets banished back to her realm, because of course she does. And then they face 3 vampires, whom they take out relatively quickly with Ansem's wonderful use of black tentacles, making it turn into a hentai. Yay, hentai. And so once they defeat the vampires, they scurry into rats, and Ansem places a well-placed fireball to destroy all the rats, so the vampires are destroyed. They then look and face Rasputin, who stands in an anti-life shell and slings spells at them. However, Ansem places a few well-placed disintegrates and other spells at him, and they quickly take him down. Ansem goes to inspect the creation, the machine, and suddenly Rasputin rises again, as his soul seems to be stitched to his body. They fight him again, doing another total of, in 5 rounds, 630 damage, and put him back down. Ansem runs upstairs, finds a Matroskya doll that oddly looks very similar to an old lady and has wires running from it. He unplugs the wires from the Matroskya doll, causing the world engine to surge one time, and sends a wave of acidic energy across them. They all saved from it for the most part, and he takes it all back down. By that time, Rasputin has risen a third time, looking rather rough, but still standing, trying to fend them off. Ansem just looks at him, tells him to stay down, and sends one last disintegrate, doing well over 100 damage to a 1 hit point creature. He had 1 hit point left. And so that is mostly where it left off. They did find Anastasia, who was the last of the Romanov family alive, and turns out to be that she is not completely a Romanov. She is also the daughter of Rasputin and the Tsarina. And so therefore she is the granddaughter of Baba Yaga. They take her as well as someone else that they convinced not to kill themselves back to the hut, and they rest. And that is about where we left off. Ansem got urgings from the Matroskya Doll to open a hatch to a loft area, and it opened to a grotto of sorts. And he's like, well, nope, we're gonna wait on that, and we're gonna rest. So they rested. You should have shared with you a new image called Grandmother's Cauldron. You cannot see. You're on there. Oh, you don't have your character. Let me get that fixed. How do I fix that again? Characters. Clear owner. You should have it now. Clear the owner.
I had it and then you cleared it.
There we go. So, last we left off, you had opened up your magnificent mansion and taken a rest inside, talked with what was his name? I just forgot his name. Victor Milosov, I believe.
Yes.
Victor, who he had helped Rasputin build the world anchors and the world machine, helped recalibrate it, and then was going to end his life, and you convinced him otherwise to come back to Galarian with you, to see what creations can be made with technology and magic. With your high-ass diplomacy, you convinced him not to take his own life. Should be a counselor. And so you all stayed in the mansion also with Talsoon, Nevra, and Shatha. You all had a marvelous dinner. You mentioned that you wanted to speak with your traveling merchant friend, which I don't think your mic is on.
It wasn't down though. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
There we go.
but in getting Anastasia some clothes, as she is in rags, or what was an ice dress turned into rags.
Yep.
So you focus on the little onyx statue, and the blue man appears. He goes, "Ah, you've called for my presence once again."
Yeah. We're needing. Let's see. Give me a second. See what we got. Why? Sorry, my taskbar is being a pain.
That's quite alright. There will be pauses and silences as we get through this, as we figure out things and I read things and make sure I'm doing things right. And I've actually got to make a phone call real quick, so give me just a moment.
Yeah. I'll pause there.
Hey, you need me to call? Probably this afternoon. Oh, right, I completely forgot about that. I'm sorry, with things happening this weekend, I completely forgot. Yeah, I can come over this evening and help do that. Mm-hmm. The what machine? The Keurig? It should work. It worked just fine when we had it. I'll have Eric take a look at it when we come over there. Alright. Okay. Bye. So, you'll also hear stuff about our life and stuff in this as we communicate, whatever. Apparently the Keurig machine that I gave her doesn't work. It makes some funny noises or something when she turned it on, so we'll have to take a look at that, and then we'll have to do the grill this afternoon. Oh, and I gotta take down the Christmas tree. Alright, so Zivazarat. I always try to put a G. That's why I stopped myself. I was like, wait a second. Went to put a G, and there's no G there. Zivazarat. Zivazarat. It's like, yes, how can I help you today? Do you have fancy new things for me to acquire? I think your mic's off.
Yeah. He's looking at his things, you know. I do. I have a looking at all my stuff.
All of the stuff you acquired.
Yes. So I will pull out all the scimitars and the lances from the Dullahans. 13 plus 2 striking scimitars and 12 plus 1 lances.
Alright, they will sell for. Oh, wrong. Alright, let's roll. So the scimitars were what?
They are plus 2 striking.
Plus 2 striking. They will sell for 500 gold each.
Okay, so that is
13 times 500.
6,500 gold.
Okay. And then the lances.
Yes, they are plus 1 lances. There are 12 of them.
They will sell for 18 gold each.
18? Okay.
For a total of 216 gold.
16 gold. Okay. A plus 1 striking dagger.
50 gold.
Alright. Sorry, I'm looking and I'm trying to think about what I want to get rid of. We've got this cloak here that's cursed.
Alright. It's cursed, you say?
Yeah, it's a cloak of immolation. Lights whoever puts it on fire.
Ooh.
You're interested.
Very.
Oh, didn't know if you'd find yourself too respectable to deal in cursed items.
No.
Well, that was a pretty flat denial of that. Okay, so in any case, what you thinking about this cloak?
Let me think. Oh. In just a moment. Oh, that bothers me. I could probably get a high price for this. Sold to the right buyer.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Give you 50,000 gold for it.
How much for this?
You put it on unsuspecting wearer.
Sort of groans in agony. That seems. I don't know. I don't want to be hit to go to the wrong unsuspecting wearer.
You have no idea where these items go. Don't worry about it. That's beyond your concern.
He sort of just rolls it up. Unfortunately, sir, it's not beyond my concern.
Are you not going to sell it to me?
50 grand's a whole hell of a lot of money, but no. I can't in good conscience give it to someone who may sell it and put it in the wrong hands.
I'll put it in the perfect hands.
You'll put it in the hands that gives you the most money.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And they'll use it for whatever they deem fit.
Yeah, which might be incinerating someone I'd rather not have incinerated.
Well, if they just put on clothes that someone that's likely to harm them gives them, then that's their own folly.
I mean, I see your point in that, but there's a million ways around a person's better judgments.
Oh, you tease me with such artifacts. Are you sure that I couldn't persuade you? How about 60?
No tens of thousands of gold is gonna make me risk putting this being on the wrong shoulders. Because the kind of person that would use this willingly, nasty sort of folk, I wouldn't want them to gain too much from its use.
You have your morals.
I do, and I'm sure it's frustrating to you, but I've got to stick by them. Plus, I've gotten you several choice pieces in the past anyways.
Oh, but we continue our little arrangement. You give me more choice pieces.
Yeah, that's the plan, but just not this piece. No taunts intended.
Alright, fine. What else do you have?
I think that is about it. Well, wait a moment. Got this messenger's ring. It's a lesser than one that I've just recently found, so I can kick it to the curb.
I'll give you 700 gold for it. I'm feeling generous today.
As I've noticed.
Should you ever want to get rid of that cloak, you know
I'm
you
sure
have
you'll
a
be
buyer.
champing at you'll be champing at the bit for it.
Is there anything you need in return?
Yeah, we got a good deal of gold to burn. Let's see. Well, first and foremost, something I know I'll need. I need to buy a dress.
Oh, really?
Yes.
For one of your lady friends or yourself?
He just looks at him flatly, sort of a glare, and he goes, "Not for me. For
Okay.
a new acquaintance who's come under my care."
Oh. Okay. Anything particular about this dress that you need?
I want it magical and ruined. First tier, resilient, and I want it glamored.
Glamored.
She needs to always be able to fit in with the occasion.
I can do that for 480 gold.
480? The deal.
Right? Any particular fit of dress for it to originally fit as?
I guess you're gonna need to measure her to get the sizes, and I guess I'll get Anastasia.
Alright, Anastasia comes in. She's like,
Yeah, this is our merchant friend, Zilvazarat. He travels around quite a bit. He's a mercane.
I guess I should stop being so surprised by whatever people look like, shouldn't I?
Shove it down a little bit. Some people don't take it so well. You'll get a little bit more used to it as you see more and more folks that aren't sort of gesturing at her human.
What did you need me for?
Um, we need to get your measurements. I'm gonna buy you a new dress.
Oh. Alright. So she walks up, puts her arms out. Zivizarat comes up, starts taking measurements of her. Gets everything he needs. He goes like, alright, is there anything else you would like? We got plenty of things. If you've got the gold to spend.
Yeah.
Faye walks up and goes, how much gold do we have to spend?
We got right around the lean in, and then go the extra route of casting message, so that the Mercane doesn't hear how much gold they have.
Mm-hmm.
21,416.
Oh. I was thinking, do we have, there are very expensive items that could be of use.
Yeah. I like the abilities of this cassock that bastard was wearing, but I don't want to look like a holy man.
You could get it glamored.
Could I? It's not armor per se.
Could put a rune on it.
All right. Hey, those are right. Different cloak, looks very much the same. I would like to get this one glamored. It doesn't fit my aesthetic.
Alright, he takes it. Puts it in his bag. Don't suppose that we have enough for
What you thinking about?
oh, they're known as apex items.
Oh, I mean, Ansem taps his brand new circlet.
Yes, like that.
Oh, y'all can each get one, maybe. What flavor are y'all thinking?
I was thinking there's a cloak uh for Faye, or not Faye, for Nadia. And there's a belt for me.
Those are hot.
But they're much too expensive.
They are.
She leans into Ansem's ear and goes, the cloak for Nadia is 24,000 gold. The belt for me is 15.
Size, and he goes, but we could get it if we sold that cloak of immolation.
But you're against it.
I
don't blame you.
I don't want it to end up on someone who doesn't deserve it, you know?
I understand. You do what's right. That's one out of how many ever that's maybe out there that and other things that people have sold to Mercanes.
Yeah.
Moral dilemmas, I understand.
Yeah. All right. How much for this clear spindle Aeon Stone?
Clear spindle and stone. Let me think for a moment.
While you're thinking about that, this belt pulls out the belt of fallen heroes. And I got a spear that no one here is going to use.
I'll give you 325 for the Aeon Stone.
Okay.
I'll give you 20,000 for the Belt of Fallen Heroes.
Quite a bit.
And what was the other item? Spear?
Yes, it's a +2 striking Bane Flaming Greater Dragon Slaying Spear.
Give you 16,600 for the spear.
I think that's fair enough. Alright. I believe we got enough now.
For both items.
I cast another message. We got a combined total of 58,341 now.
Faye just breathes. Right, Zivizarat. What about... And... Belt of Giant Strength. And for Nadia... A Mercurial Mantle. Nadia looks at both Ansem and Faye and goes, "Are you sure?"
Yes, absolutely.
Let me update character sheets. She now has a 21 in strength.
Nice.
Wait, hang on. Is there a different one for dexterity? Equal to elasticity. She's got a Cape of the Montebank that she likes. No, she's gonna give that up. For a Mercurial Mantle. Now let me go download the new character sheet. Alright. He goes, "Is there anything else?" That is 24,000 and 15,000, respectively.
Which makes it 39,000. Well, we still got a decent amount. I'd like to up. Let me see. Yeah, I think I'll just get a where is it? Greater resilient rune on my armor.
Greater resilient?
That's correct.
What is your armor now?
That's in what armor am I wearing?
What is your bonuses to it?
What do you mean? What is my bonuses, Mike?
I'm trying to figure out how much it'll be. Is it a
It's
plus 2 resilient?
Yeah, it's a +2 resilient currently. Sorry, I'm kind of out of it.
Be 3,100 gold.
3,100?
Mm-hmm.
That's not bad at all. Um, Ow.
What is Faye wearing? She's wearing greater resilient dragon hide.
Alright, oh shit. You won't want the medals. Oh, the worthless. Yeah.
Right, then if that's everything that you need. Is that everything you need?
Yeah, I believe so for now.
Well, you always know how to call me, and I will see you tomorrow.
Sort of nods.
Seems you still managed to hold on to that cloak after all.
Yep, for now.
So he snaps his fingers, and he disappears. So he's like, you have an eclectic group of friends.
Yeah. I don't know if that's exactly what I'd call him.
Well, he's an ally of sorts, is he not?
Of sorts.
Well, if there's nothing else, I'll go back to my room and continue reading.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's very interesting what you've given me to read.
Glad you find it interesting.
So she turns and heads out. Nadia and Faye come over and they're like, Nadia goes, thank you for getting me the cloak. While I love this one, it's not necessarily been useful. I haven't actually used it. But the other one will help. And you still didn't get rid of the cloak. The cursed one. What are you going to do with it?
This curse cloak?
Yes.
I don't know quite yet.
Maybe figure a way to destroy it if that's your choice.
Yeah, probably so.
I don't think fire will work.
Probably not.
As you know, it sets its wearer on fire and doesn't get hurt.
Yeah.
We can figure that out later.
Yeah.
So you go about the night. dinner is had, conversation is had, you enjoy a nice bath, spend time with the girls, and you go to bed.
Yep.
During your sleep, it's restless. You dream. Your dream isn't normal. Isn't even for your wild dreams that you have. This one's just a dream. But you see who you recognize to be Elwana, standing next to a large cauldron with stone statues behind her, one immaculately carved of a woman, another of a pregnant lady, not so immaculately carved, older looking. And she's grinning as she's holding the staff of it, an ice staff. And you look to your left and you see Nadia with an ice spear through her chest. You look to your right and you see Faye encased in ice. You're beaten and bruised. And she just grins. And you hear in your mind, "No, no, little boy." And time begins to rewind. And it's as if you're stepping through the doorway into the curved crescent room, ready to face off with Elwana. And you wake up, sweat dripping down your forehead. You're cold, but you're sweating. The girls are laying peacefully beside you. Nadia curled up next to you, Faye kind of taking up as much of her side of the bed as she can, kind of cramped in the middle. You feel an urging from the Matroskya Doll to hurry up. You lay there. You go back to sleep. You dream of being home, or into your new home in Arison, with Nadia and Faye by your side, the boys running around you. You standing at the side of the then Queen Anastasia as she sits on the ice throne. You feel more at peace with this vision. And you wake up and it's morning. The girls slowly wake up, cuddle up to you. Faye stretches and gets up, begins to don her clothes. Nadia goes around, helps her put on her armor. You get up, put on your clothes. A couple hours go by. Zivazarat comes back. Goes, "Well, I have everything that you asked for.
Good.
Here's the dress.
Thank you.
Though I could have something made to look fabulous on you. But I think this will suit you just fine," as he hands you the cloak.
Alright.
"And for you ladies, your items, a opulent red cloak made out of the finest silk in one hand and a belt in the other. He hands them both to Nadia and Faye. They don them. Nadia looks magnificent in her new cloak. Fits her red hair. Somehow Faye gets stronger and a little bit more built when she puts on the belt. He hands you back your armor.
Gotta make that. Gotta I gotta divest one of my things.
I know how you felt. Rain went through that.
Yeah. It's a nice item. Like it. But I don't know.
You always de-invest in your necklace of fireballs.
Yeah, technically. It's gonna do for now. Add custom equipment. Add this in here. Rasputin.
Ra ra Rasputin, lover of the Russian queen.
Wouldn't happen to be an item level for it, would there? It's not on this item card yet. Sent me
16.
16. Okay. How much bulk? One.
1.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I can't make it exactly on here.
Yeah, no, it's...
I don't have one of the things that's a requirement for it.
What's that?
No advanced revelation.
What do you need advanced revelation for?
There's mystery. They rely on one another to work. But I don't know.
You don't need. I don't know if you can do it
Fine.
on there, but silly me, I never got out the dice for the GM side of things.
Yeah. Give me just a second.
Give me a moment while I get dice out. Big, huge dice bag. No. 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 No, no. Oh, yes, you two. You three. You. You. Any of you. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright, now I just put these up and get those dice together. I'm using a set called Baba Yaga from a dice manufacturer named Kraken. Because why wouldn't you use Baba Yaga's dice at the very end of the books? Now I have to put them in order. Because I have a very specific way that I set up my dice. Will you grab me a soda? I was sitting here like, this is awfully There's not a lot of stuff out. Huh. Why do I have so little? Then it hit me. I don't have my dice out. Thank you. Tired? I understand. The cat will always be sleeping on the bed.
That's not true.
That isn't true. He gets up and fucks around and cries.
A lot. He does a lot. Trying to figure out what the other one I want is. Does it give me a particular power?
What do you mean?
The Catholic, over the bonus feats that it gives me.
Mm-hmm.
Give me particular things?
No, you can choose out of the stuff from the bonus suites. What it does. It was up to the wearer when they don the cloak. Ooh.
That's what the first mystery does.
Nice.
You can just focus more from the other mystery.
So what mystery did you choose?
I chose one from the battle mystery.
Oh, nice.
So that's what the notes. Instead of getting much, yeah, instead of giving myself disadvantage and one other person advantage, instead, I'll give each ally in the area +2 status to their initiative roll, and they gain hit points, or temporary hit points equal to the spell's level, and last for a minute. That's actually, the bonus is, because now I can cast my top spell, so there's a +4 bonus finish. Should
Nice.
give
Is your mic on?
power not.
No.
You can feel just by touching it? Or you can tell just by touching it? Feel by Jesus Christ. You can feel by touching it. No, you can't.
I know because I was reminded when you asked.
Mm. Alright, so you finish up breakfast, you get all your items together. The mansion will last for a few more hours. But you head out. Head out of the mansion, you get back into the Domovoy cages where the cauldron is. And the Matroskya Doll urges you to climb the ladder.
I suppose I'll do that.
So you climb the ladder, you push open the hatch, and it's a wooden trap door that opens up to the surface of a large flat boulder. You look around, you hear rushing water. It's comfortable here in this grotto. As you step out, you see a picturesque waterfall tumbles from the cliff above into a rolling pool that bubbles like a giant witch's cauldron. The waterfall gives off a frigid mist, but hot steam rises from the bubbling waters of the pool, combining with the mist to make a comfortable if somewhat damp locale. Colorful lichen grow on the rocks around the pool, and lush ferns grow from every fissure and seam in the rock. Numerous trees, ranging from shrub-like saplings to fully grown specimens, crown the soil around the pool's edge. Just visible through the mist, a magnificent rowan tree with an immense trunk stands on a low ledge overlooking the pool. The lowest of its thin branches hang all the way down to the dip into the surface of the pool, and its leaves constantly drip with condensation from the ever-present mist. Massive knots that almost resemble contorted faces look out of the tree's gnarled surface, and its fissured bark bears the scars of ancient lines carved into the tree that lost whatever symbolic meaning they may have had ages ago. You step up through the rock. You help Nadia and Faye up, and the dragonkin climb their way up. And you all look about. What do you do?
guess I'll hold up the Matroskya Doll and go, alright, you let us here, now what?
I forgot to level everybody up. My bad.
Yeah.
Nadia actually has more hit points than Faye does now.
Oh well.
You and Faye have the same amount of hit points.
Really? 229?
Yep. It urges you, the Matroskya Doll urges you towards the large tree.
Guess I'll go that way.
So you step off the rock, head down near the water's edge. As you do, the tree begins to shift some, and in it, out of its bark, comes a humanoid form. Face, arms, torso protrudes from the tree out towards you. It goes, "You've come far, wanderers." She begins to speak to you in Russian. You understand her. The girls do not. "But the threads of fate have finally led you here to Grandmother's cauldron, the root of Baba Yaga's dancing hut. Here was Baba Yaga's past made, and here will her future be decided. Know that I am Vigliv, ally and mentor to Baba Yaga, for I am Norn, and hold the golden thread of her fate in my hands. Baba Yaga was trapped within the doll you hold by one of her own blood. Her own power turned against her to do so. But to free Baba Yaga from her prison and gain mastery over her betrayer, you must pay heed to the wisdom of the universe and homage to its fate. Here, in Baba Yaga's dancing hut, lie the very fundamental essences of Baba Yaga's being. Should her treacherous daughter recover these, she would gain great power over her mother, possibly even enough to destroy Baba Yaga once and for all." She takes a deep breath. "Therefore you must seek out these elements of Baba Yaga's nature first. You must first take the fate of Baba Yaga into your hands, then find her power, her death, and her life. Lastly, you will need the blood of Baba Yaga to finally free the old crone. Only in this way can you defeat the daughter who betrayed her, and in so doing, save your own world. I can guide your steps in their quest. Your search begins now." As she finishes her speech, the waters beyond the ledge suddenly explode in a fury as a giant beast rushes out of the pool towards you. I need you to roll initiative.
Alright, reaction.
Alright.
As it bursts towards us and we go to roll initiative. Ansem looks up quickly and shouts out, "To arms!" And the runes begin flowing, and they get to both of the others get to roll a +4 to initiative. And as he is at his minor curse state, he rolls a -4. Oh, right, but with the thing, he can roll at advantage. Advantage.
Alright, so initiatives. Well, Jesus, one rolled natural fucking 20.
Crap. I'm trying to think of where the, my thing.
Anthem's Relic?
Yeah, I don't know what this is. Yeah, this should be the most,
Faye. 28. 38, 39, 40, 41. 45. Jesus Christ. And then the wild beast. Yeah, I think it's just my rolling for
okay.
just a second. What'd you get?
38.
Yeah, I don't think Baba Yaga's dice are gonna roll as on fire as they used to. It's because I'm rolling for this game.
Yeah.
Faye goes first with a natural 20 and a 48.
Oh, nice.
Faye is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 up to it. And she's going to phase relic. Okay, adamantine. Shock and good. And she actually needs to make a just a second. You all need to make fortitude saves.
Really? Okay then.
Oh no, you'll make it on your turn. Never mind.
Okay.
So she'll make it now. That is a 40. She succeeds. And she is temporarily immune for 1 minute. And she's going to attack it. It's natural 17 plus 30 is 47. That will be a critical. She does 11, that's 22. Plus 12 is 34. Plus 34, 44, 54, 55, 56. Plus 22, 6, 66, 76, 78, 79 points of damage to it. That is her turn. Shatha is gonna fly up and 5, 15, 25, 30, 35, 40. Can't. We're gonna 5, 10 to there and then attack it. You get their dice out. That is a 38, that hits. $11, 14, 26, 46, 50 points of damage. That's Shatha's turn. It's Nadia's turn. Nadia is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Twin takedown. Or quick draw. Because she didn't have her weapons out, so she'll quick draw. That is 40 to hit. That hits. Then her third action is 44 to hit. That's a critical. She does 4, 7, 8 plus 11 is 19 points on that one. And her second attack was a critical. 6 plus 16 is 22 plus 6 is 28 Oh, plus 22 is 32, 42, 48, 50 points of damage. It's looking real rough. It's Talsoon's turn. It's gonna 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 5, 10, 15, and take an attack at it. That is going to hit. Three, 4, 7, that's enough. It's dead.
Okay. I didn't even have to do anything.
No, you didn't. Van and Nadia got some good hits on it, and then so did Shatha and Talsoon. They fly back over and land here. Again, the Norn emerges from the tree with a long, lustrous golden thread in her hands, and she states, "This thread represents Baba Yaga's fate. The first part of your quest is done. Twine the thread around the doll and soak them both in the poisoned blood of the beast. Then bathe the doll in the pool, and the bars of her prison will weaken."
Huh?
So she offers you this golden thread.
Okay. I guess I'll take it.
You take the thread. What do you do with it?
I don't know. I guess I'll sort of wind it up.
You wind it around the Matroskya doll?
Sure.
That's what she just told you to do.
Okay, sure. I'll be honest and kind of dying here.
Okay. We can take a break if you'd like.
If you don't mind.
Okay. I think I'm going to end the stream there. We'll continue later.